for joining me for part 3 of my College Girl Beauty series. In case you haven't kept up with this one, the first video I did was on some storage ideas for storing makeup in a small space. I also did one on a really fast, like getting ready for class makeup routine. And this one is my going out makeup routine, something that would work for, you know, a party or a social event or just going out with friends and stuff. I saw Carrie Underwood's look for the Grammys, and I was really a little bit inspired by that. I'm not saying I'm going exactly after that, but with a light lip, some kind of flirty long lashes here at the ends, and just sort of a neutral eye. That's kind of where my vision was for this a little bit. I wanted to consider with this video using a lot of low-cost products, minimizing the amount of products I was using, and also minimizing the amount of tools. We are going to be doing, like, for example, this eye look mostly with sponge tips, and if you're kind of trying to round up your brushes, get a powder brush, a blush brush, and a brush you can use like as an eyeshadow blending brush, and that's all you need. So to start off, we're using one of my all-time favorite foundations, and it's Revlon Color Stay. I use this because it's got wonderful staying power, great coverage, great price, and you can really adjust the way you apply this to get that look that you're after. I wanted a natural look, but I still wanted great coverage, so I used a spray bottle and a sponge, and after I dotted the foundation all over my face, I just squirted some water on this sponge, and something about that just really helps the foundation look natural. You just kind of press it into the skin. I feel like this is a really effective way to get the foundation on there, but keep it looking like skin. I'm using my Maybelline Dream Lumi concealer, so it's in this little pen form. It's got a built-in brush, and you can just go around wherever you feel you need this. For me, it was around my eyes and my nose, and just any other spots of discoloration on my face. So you go around there with it, blend it in with your fingers, and then if you want to go back and apply a little bit more, I find that this is a really buildable, friendly concealer. You can apply a little bit more and it's still not going to cake up or look like too much. Next, I used a powder I'm really enjoying. It's from NYX, and you saw me use this in the One Brand tutorial, but it's Stay Matte but Not Flat. It's a powder foundation. I applied it with a brush just over the top of everything to really set the look. I love that this kind of enhances the staying power, but at the same time, it doesn't look like a powder mask on your skin. Something about it just has the right look, and it keeps everything looking really fresh. This is kind of, you know, just if you want to do it, go for it. If not, that's fine too. But I used my Rimmel Natural Bronzer in Sunlight. It's a pretty light bronzer. It's matte, and I just went all over my face with this. Now we're going to get our blush brush out, and I'm going to my e.l.f. Studio Blush and Bronzer. This bronzer is a little bit deeper, so I like to use that to create a little bit of contour with my cheeks. I also go down under my jaw and around my forehead as well. Something I've been noticing lately is anytime I watch American Idol, I feel like Jennifer Lopez just has wonderful contouring always around her forehead. That area is never not contoured and bronzed up just a little bit. Not only can that minimize the look of a large forehead, but it can make your makeup look really natural, fading right into your hairline. So then using the same brush, I went to the blush in this compact, and it really has a little bit of a glow to it. If I'm trying to minimize the products I'm using, I'll use a blush like this, because then I don't really feel the need to use a highlight, because it just gives the face that glow. So peachy with a little golden shimmer, went around the apples of my cheeks with that, and I feel like it really livens up the face. Blush is so important, daytime, nighttime, anytime. The one high-end product that it is an optional thing, but it's becoming more of a must-have to me, and it is Urban Decay All Nighter Long-Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. I had a little bottle of this before, and now I'm feeling like I want to use it kind of after every time I apply my face makeup, because I like the appearance it gives, takes away any powdery appearance, and I feel like it makes it last a whole lot longer. So I like to actually just spray this directly up into the air and let it kind of fall on my face instead of spraying directly on my face. I don't like the feeling of too much liquid hitting a made-up face. It just doesn't feel right to me, so I let it kind of mist down on me, and I feel like that way it's never too much product. Moving on to eyes, we're going to prime the lids with NYX HD eyeshadow base, so just dab a little bit of that all over. For a lot of my eye looks, I feel like I tend to fade from light to dark, going, you know, left to right, let's say, but for this, it's going to be dark to light from the lash line up, okay? So the darkest parts are going to be close to our lashes. So I'm going to take a sponge tip applicator and go into this palette with the black, and think of just putting a thick line, basically, along your lash line. I mean, just real smudgy, doesn't have to be precise, just lay it down there. And also using a sponge sponge tip, we're going to go to this brown, which is a nice kind of cool brown. I really like using this shade because I don't feel like it screams brown. It's just kind of neutral. And then sort of overlap the black a little bit and take that up almost into your crease. And then you can grab your crease brush and go into that same brown, and this is going to diffuse it a little bit and work on the blending a little bit into our crease. So just kind of go back and forth and really get that color blended out nicely. Using the same crease brush, go to this other dark shade that's just up a little bit right here. I consider it kind of like a shimmery taupe, reminds me kind of satin taupe from MAC, and blend that right above your darkest shade there in the crease. So now, as you can see, we're getting this effect of darkest to lightest. And then for our ultimate lightest shade, our highlight, I'm just blending between these top two colors. One's a little more golden, one's kind of like a really light white color. Just blend between those two and take it right under your eyebrow. Something that comes with this palette is an angled sponge tip, and I like using this for under the eye area. So we're going to go into the black shade and really lay it down on the outer corner. The first place you put a sponge tip is always where the most product will go. Same goes for a brush or any kind of applicator. So we want the most product on the outer corner, and then you're just going to kind of pull inward, and whatever's left will kind of smudge in, and you're not going to end up with too much product, but you're going to have a nice amount of depth there under the eye. Then I'm taking the black liner from the Nude Eyes trio of liners, really nice, soft, long wearing, black pencil liner, and so I'm going to go on my inner rim with this, and I'm also going to kind of intensify the area right where my lashes are growing out, kind of getting right in between the lower lashes there on the outside and deepening that up a lot. On the upper lash line, I'm using my CoverGirl Line Blast 24 Hour. This is in the black, and I'm just going from inner to outer corner. We're going to lay the foundation there basically so we can set on some false lashes. Before we get to that though, I'm using one of my favorite mascaras, and this is the Almay One Coat Get Up and Grow mascara, and this was an Emily Award winner. I think the brush is fantastic. I think the formula is great as well. If you want something that really looks to kind of grab every lash, not too wet by any means, just go over your upper and your lower lashes with this. I'm using some false lashes. These are the number 307s, and these are half strip lashes. So you're just going to set these on the outer part of your eye, and it's going to give kind of this nice flirty sort of upturned look here on the outside. It's also easy too. For lips, I contemplated going with something brighter, but then I thought, sometimes when you're going out, you don't necessarily want to be a slave to your lip color. Applying brighter colors or darker colors can be kind of tedious at times. You really have to pay attention to what you're doing. If you're wearing a lighter shade, if it wears off, it's not as obvious, number one, and reapplying is a little more foolproof. So I'm using my Wet n Wild Mega Shield in Birthday Suit. I love this color. It's kind of just a sort of a goldeny toned metallic a little bit. I talked about this as one of my favorite hydrating lipsticks as well in my last video, so definitely a recommended product there. And then you're all done. You're not using a ton of products, you're not using a lot of money, and you're not using really a lot of skill, to be honest. This was an easy makeup tutorial, and it's something that can kind of be a go-to look for you when you're going out. That's why I really wanted this to be a neutral eye look that would go with anything, so it's kind of like when in doubt, what can I do? All right, these products will work. You know what I mean? So for all you college girls out there, for all you moms or high school girls or whoever wants to use this look, it can work for tons of occasions, tons of people, but I thought it really fit into my College Girl Beauty series. As far as my hair, by the way, I just put in some hot rollers and a little bit of hairspray and kind of shook out the curls, and then I didn't even attach anything back here. I just took the hair and basically took it around this shoulder so it looks like it's kind of a side swept look. So if you're wondering how to do that, very easy, not a problem, very quick. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying this series, and let me know what other kinds of videos you want to see. Hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.